Good afternoon. As our leader said, my name is Mariano, and I'm going to talk to you guys about emotional intelligence. Now, this isn't just a project that I did once and I forgot about it. This is something that inspired me in one of my classes. The classes was organizational behavior, which is BA 33, and the teacher who actually taught me about it was Professor Goleman, who passed away last semester. And because of that, it also inspired me to also get this information known. And I started a club a little before she passed away. So this is really making me go forward with this. Now, emotional intelligence is more important to all of us than IQ. We call it EQ. Now, there are 5 different branches of emotional intelligence. One is self-awareness, one's empathy, one's internal motivation, another one's social skills, and the last one is self-regulation. Now, I'm going to go over with you each of these little parts of emotional intelligence. Now, emotional intelligence, the first one is self-awareness. Self-awareness is knowing your emotions and their impact on your surroundings, not letting them get the hang of you, and don't let them take control. You understand and know who you are and what you're feeling. The next one is empathy. It's being able to understand another person's feelings. Emotions and being able to understand their emotions and suffering with them with an open heart. Place yourself in their shoes, as people say. Like when someone tells you a story that something tragic happened, you don't just sit there and just think about it. You actually feel with them. If they're feeling sad, you feel sad. If they're feeling happy, you feel happy. The next one is internal motivation. Confidence, what we strive on. Now, it's to push yourself to your absolute limit. Don't let anything hold you back. You experience hardships and you have the ability to get through them. And you never stop. You try your best. Social skills. It's building long-lasting relationships. How each and every one of us can talk to each other. How we can connect. How we can connect not only on the spiritual but on the emotional, and sometimes on a physical level. Anything, any way that we can connect with one another. It's also to build lifelong networks and friendships and relationships. You don't just meet someone for 5 minutes and then forget about them. No, you go out your way, you get their Facebook, you get their number, just to get that connection going. And the last one is self-regulation. It's thinking before acting. Someone punches you in the face out of nowhere. Before you go and punch them right back in the face, you just take a step back, realize, did I deserve it? Why did he punch me in the face? What's going on here? You're able to just take a step back and realize what's going on. You understand what moderation is. Everything in excess is bad for you. But if you do it once in a while, it's okay. Even hookah. Even eating, bad chicken that's been in a factory for 10 years straight. Anything. If you do it once in a long time, it's okay, as long as you do it in moderation. You are open to change. If you move, if just drastically something happens, you have to move. You don't just stand there. You don't sit there and just get depressed, get sad. You get open to it. You're like, okay, this is a new opportunity. This is a new experience. What am I going to do with this? There's an opportunity for me to change. And being a person of integrity, honor, morals, you're not better than anyone else. And I'm not saying that in a bad sense. I'm saying we're all good at something. But you have honor, you're humble. Humble. You have great skills, but you don't flaunt it, you're not cocky. You're not saying, hey, I'm better than you. No, you're saying, I could do this. Would you like my help with whatever you are doing? Now, why is it necessary for to have emotional intelligence? It's to be able to just control your emotions, to be happy, sad, angry, depressed, but not all at once. It's to be able to just use them when necessary. If someone throws you a surprise birthday party, don't be angry, don't be mad, be happy. If something sad happens, don't be happy, like someone just died, yay. No, understand that it's a tragedy, something happened. You develop inter and intrapersonal skills. You know who you are, and you know how to interact with everyone around you. You're competent under stress. There's a giant test tomorrow. You didn't study. Instead of stressing over it, study. If something is happening at the last second, don't stress over it. Be competent, understand what's going on. You are better to understand the people around you. With emotional intelligence, people would not only look up to you, they'll respect and admire you because you know, and it seems like you know what you're doing. Now, why EQ? What is so important about EQ and not IQ? Remember, IQ is what you take, is on paper, is your resume. You could be absolutely amazing on paper. You could have honors, you could have everything you want. But if you don't know how to put them into practice, what are you good for? Absolutely nothing. You have to understand that. You have to understand that even if you're a secretary, you have to talk to people. You have to interact with other people. You're not just sitting there doing papers. No, you have to talk to your boss, your supervisor, your coworkers, everyone. You have to understand that EQ is very important. Now, generally, this is a general statement, and I know a lot of people around here have high IQs. But generally, people with high IQs don't have good levels of EQ because they think they're arrogant, they think they're better than you, they think they're smarter than you. Now, if you're in a job and you see someone who's good at art, someone could draw spectacular, just they're great at art, right? Now, let's say she is a designer for us, for a giant firm. Would you want to promote her to a supervisor so she can man everyone else? Generally, no, because you want her to stay at that job because she's the best at what she's doing. You don't want someone who's not as good doing that job. Now, someone with high EQ would be promoted. Someone who has leadership skills, someone who's able to take charge when something bad is happening. If something tragic happens to your boss, who's going to be the next in line? Is it going to be the person who can do art, can tell you the best about nursing, can tell you the best about chicken, can tell you the best about fashion? You want someone who's a leader, who can go above everyone else and know exactly what to do in a given situation. Mm-hmm. Now, I told you a few places where you can use EQ. Now, I'll just give you the general places. The first place is the workplace, because you have to talk to your coworkers, your boss, and just the customers. Your friends, to create bonds, and you'll have less fights. Because if you can communicate, why is there fighting? Why is there any type of mistranslation, miscommunications? Your teachers, they'll be able to understand when you're absent. You're not just that kid sitting in the back of class not talking. No, you're that person who maybe in the middle or in the front of class. And your teacher knows who you are, so if anything happens, they understand. You'll get recommendation letters easier. You're not just that kid who sits all the way in the back. No, you're that kid who talks to the teacher after class, who tells them, hey, I need this recommendation. And the teacher's like, yeah, you always talk, you give in all your work, you're a great student. That way, you'll get more recommendation letters. With your spouse.
We're not done. But you have like 30 seconds. So just, okay. Yeah, so maybe.
All right. So, with your spouse, your partner, because miscommunications happen. Your fights for no reason. They're power struggles. With EQ, there are no power struggles because you both can communicate perfectly. With your family, because your voice needs to be heard in your family. You have siblings, they want to overpower you. No, with emotional intelligence, you're able to, talk and understand each other. Now, I just want to end this with a few quotes from Daniel Goleman. Emotional intelligence does not give free rein to feelings, letting it all hang out. Rather, it means managing feelings so that they are expressed appropriately and effectively, enabling people to work together smoothly towards a common goal. An emotional intelligence competence is a learned capacity based on emotional intelligence that results in outstanding performance at work. Our emotional intelligence determines our potential for learning, the practices and the practical skills that are based on the 5 elements. Our emotional competence shows how much of that potential we have translated into on-the-job qualities. I hope you guys will share this information with everyone. This is not only a paper that I did, this is a club. I have a few members here. My secretary is the cameraman. And
hey guys.
Our next meeting is going to be later in the week. And I hope you guys will hear about it. I hope you guys just spread this information, because this isn't a paper that I just did once. No, this is a concept that I want to get known to everybody out there, because there are great minds, but not good speakers, not good interactors. We need to get this information known, and I hope you guys can help me out with this. Thank you.
Thank you. That was great.